Right, hello everyone. I'm going to start off the channel with a Formula One career. I can't really be asked to talk about everything I'm doing, so I'm just going to speak over while it's going on in the background. Um, I'm planning on doing various different things, including F1 Manager, FIFA player career, FIFA Manager career, all that sort of stuff. There'll be IRL videos as well. But there's one wish I really want, and that's we always stay ahead of Vinny Banerjee skates in subs. It has to be done. All he does is violates little scooters, like the poor little 8-year-olds trying to scoot. It's just not nice. It's really disappointing. So yeah, I I want you guys to help me keep that guy behind us. That'll be amazing. So yeah, basically with these career modes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a series, maybe until the next game comes out, or I might push it a little bit more and then start the next game one. I don't know. It's going to be the same for EAFC, uh, F1 Manager, this game obviously. But there's one thing that probably won't be a series because it'd just be a weird thing to have a series. It's like in real life football challenges and stuff. I don't really know how you can make that a series unless you just do like forfeit challenges, make that a series in some way. I don't know. But yeah, just let me know what content you want, like, or like tell me a team you want me to manage in anything, and that I'll try and see. Another thing is with Facecam, I'm not quite sure how I'd work with that in this game. It'd just be a bit weird with all the HUD. I don't think it'd work. Maybe with FIFA or F1 Manager, but then again with F1 Manager, I'm not sure how that would quite work with the HUD. The face cam might just get in the way a little bit too much. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe next episode I'll try and see if I can get the face cam sorted. If not, then it'll just carry on like this. Yeah. Yeah, because there's not really much to do about it, so we'll just have to stay that way, unfortunately. But yeah, it's not really much to talk about. I'll be totally honest. While we're just staring at me set up a whole team, it's just kind of boring, and I apologise for that. I might have to cut this bit of making up the team. Right, we're back. I'll cut out all of that because it's just sort of boring. There's not really much to talk about. But here, we're in the R&D. I'm just kind of figuring out what to do. I haven't had a race, so I can't really talk and like say what needs to be improved. So for now, I'm just going to improve on our worst place, which is the chassis, and then just see what happens in Bahrain, and then upgrade from there. Because yeah, I can't really do anything that I don't know what's wrong. So I'm just going to work on the lower bits till Bahrain, then realise what we need to work on and improve that area for the next race, and just carry on with that. It's going to be an interesting Bahrain race. I haven't played this game in a long time, so it's just going to be learning for me. So yeah, it's just going to be, I'm going to be learning and building up a car and learning the track at the same time every season. So you're going to see some interesting race results. You're going to see some crashes. You're going to see, you're just going to see everything that you don't want to see, basically. Anything that could go wrong is going to go wrong. I'm going to lock up. I'm going to go flying off the track. I'm going to end up in a car. It's just something that will happen in the end. It's very unfortunate, but it will happen. But obviously, you have to start in practice one, which is probably one of the most annoying features in the game. I never do any practices. I always go straight into quali. Just knock out the quali, qualify, and just race and try my best there. But it's new career. We have to start in practice one. I'm not angry with it though. I need to learn the track and get faster. learn, like, figure out what I need for my car to be that much quicker, and yeah, get more experience. Otherwise, in qualifying, I'm just going to be qualifying last by 10 seconds. And it's just going to be an abomination. So then following the race, I'm going to be like 30 seconds down in the first lap, and so on. It's just not going to be good. So yeah, we're just going to have to start off like that. Right, so now we're just starting off our qualifying lap in practice, just to see where to improve, everything like that. I'm expecting loads of improvements needed. You know, the whole practice I just wasn't doing that well, so there's quite a lot cut out. Just gone deep everywhere. And sometimes just broke too much and just managed to turn everywhere. My main improvement needed is turns 9 and 10. I think I'm always inconsistent there and just break too much or too little and go flying, or just manage to turn it all the time, which I think you see here. Yeah, there. I've just gained a tenth but then lost 7 tenths in the process. So it's just stuff like that. I really need to improve them areas. I don't know what it is. I just really need them improvements around the qualifying lap if I want to qualify up into the top 10 or anywhere. I don't think I would do that anyway, but there's another one. I just wasn't doing well. So I'm quite glad that I was forced to do this practice session. Otherwise, in qualifying, I would have just been shambolic. I mean, it just gets worse every turn. I don't know what it was. So yeah, that's what 7.5 tenths, just below where I needed to be heading into quali. It just wasn't great. So it's just improvements like that needed. Right, so here we are into quali. We've just done the first 2 corners. I don't think they were that bad. Just need to be able to be that quick to gain them extra attempts to fly up the order. I mean, yeah, I think this was the mess up because I've just hit the curb way too much, gone too deep, and it's just ruined my lap in total. I've gained in that one. I don't think it was that hard. I think my last lap was like 154 or something. I can't really see. It's just all them improvements needed in this qualifying session to help myself improve and get closer to the points in the race. If not, that's still a good thing because then I know where to improve for the next race in Australia, to be quicker, to get points, to challenge teams in the championship instead of just sit at the back, P22 and P21. It's nowhere I need to be. I need to be fighting for points, fighting later on for the championship. Drivers and constructors, that's what I need to do. I can't just sit at the back and just miss out on points every single race all the time. It's not good. I need to learn the tracks inside and out, manage to turn in perfectly, get the acceleration right off the corner like that one. I just went way too deep. So many more improvements are needed. I'm 9 tenths down. That's going up from turn 10 because I've just done poorly. So that was about a second lost in that first 2 sectors. And yeah, there you can see 22nd. It was not a good qualifying performance from me at all. But it's not about what you do in quali, it's about what you do in the race. So it's more to look forward to that. And hopefully pull out a masterclass. So yeah, just need to keep focus on where I need to keep focus on the present, not the future, not the past, the present. Because I'm not going to be able to win a race thinking about the championship I could win in 2 seasons or something. I need to be thinking now to try and challenge for them points.
Be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. It's Sergio Perez on pole today, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Sainz, Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Gasly, Stroll, Ocon, Albon, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Joe, Hulkenberg, Sargent, Bottas, Liam Lawson, and the owner driver rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as once again we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
So there you are. It wasn't just a personal problem that I had. The whole entire team was just poor the entire qualifying. There are still faults of my own, being 4 attempts down to my own teammate. That's just poor. But we head straight into the formation lap. Get used to the track, warm up the tyres, get that better start, go on to have a good race, I hope. I mean, I'm just that poor. I managed to jump the start on a formation lap. Luckily, no drive-through penalties in formation laps here, so perfectly fine. Just can't do that in the actual race start. We're looking at a 20-lap race though. 1 stop, hopefully, depending on tyre, wear, and all that. Maybe a safety car. Safety car could be really crucial in this race. Bring us back into the chance for points and just improve everyone in our team's overall result. That safety car would be amazing. Red flag, that's possibility. I don't see it happening in Bahrain. We don't really see much of that. I don't see anywhere where most people could crash. Maybe heading into turn 1, I could see that from the start, but once you've done the first lap, I think it's pretty much perfectly fine. So, I mean, I hope we get a red flag, bunches everyone, and we can have a better start. Just, we've got to wait for that. thankfully here we got the optimal place to start. But now we head into the race where it's lights out, and away we go here in Bahrain. There's a few overtakes straight off the line as we all head down, dashing into turn 1. I've made my place. I've gone up 2 places here as I've now dived down in the inside and taken up an extra 3 places. What a start! It's a massive battle. As here's a replay of what happened from the start. Slightly slow reactions, but for some reason we just managed to get a better start than all the other drivers. Managed to make 2 overtakes straight off the bat. And then heading into turn 1, it was quite a close call. Luckily, there was a massive gap in the middle that I could just slot into and not cause any major collision. But it was 3 wide into turn 1, and there was a little bit of rough battling from me and was it Zhou? Yeah, Zhou Guanyu heading into turn 2. Luckily, everything's fine. There's no safety cars, and I've just made a it's close. I thought I just clinched another place. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite that good as I thought. But I mean, still, what a start from the team. Managed to get up a few more places. As I made a dive down the inside where we could get 3. Wheel to wheel now, heading into turn 9 and 10. I think I've taken a slightly slower way round so there's no major collision. Unfortunately, we do not get that position, but I mean, I'm not angry with it. I don't think we should be fighting in this position yet. Well, our car's just overly quite slow. It might be a problem with the tyres. We just warm them up way too much and just causes tyre wear. So maybe later on the race, like lap 7 or something, we start dropping all them positions back and have to have an earlier pit stop, which will be unfortunate, but it'll just have to happen. And that's just how Formula 1 works, unfortunately. But we'll see. As I've just made a lunge down the inside of Gasly and up into 10th, no, 14th place, that is. What a move. As now I set eyes on Ricciardo, who's 1.2 or something. I can't really read it. It's quite blurred. What an opening lap here in Bahrain from us. No DRS just yet. We're waiting until next lap. I'm not sure if we would have got it anyway because we were too far back. But now into lap 2, we've closed the gap to 0.5 seconds heading towards turn 1 on the home straight. I don't see any move here because we're just too far back. But we will have DRS heading into the second straight, which hopefully could give us a chance of being able to go up another position to P13, which would be amazing, as there's a yellow flag caused up ahead, but it's all cleared, so I don't see much. That could be a potential problem overtaking in a yellow zone. I don't know, but there it is. Ocon has DNF'd from an engine failure. That's why the yellow flags are out. I'm, again, not angry about it. It's another place for me up into P12. It's just a dream race here. Lap 3, we've gone up, 8 positions? No, 10 positions. That's amazing. But I've gone too deep there trying to avoid a collision with Albon. That might have cost me a few too many temps. And we might have to sit back into P12 for hopefully the rest of the race. That's quite unfortunate. But we're still in contention here. 0.4 temps away. 0.5. We seem to be losing it, and I'm starting to wonder if that's because of what I said earlier. We may have a few problems with the tyre and having too much tyre wear, but that allowing us to warm up the tyres more. But we'll just have to see as we head into the home straight. I should have DRS, I believe, but so should Ricciardo and Albon, so it doesn't really matter if I do. It's just keeping us with the train. No moves going to be able to happen from this. Hold on, maybe. Oh, I've gone way too deep. Yeah, way too deep. I've gained position but lost one, and now Ricciardo's right behind me. So it could be a potential loss of another place here. as I just can't get the turn in. I don't know what it is, but now we're on lap 5. Albon's miles ahead, but he's made a pass on Alonso into the points. Alonso does seem to be battling Albon still, as I've gone way too deep, and there's Ricciardo going past, so I've lost the place to Gasly. And now Magnussen, but we're battling with Magnussen, and I think we just keep a place up on Magnussen. But that was close. Nearly P12 to P15. Oh, but I've gone deep, and that could be Magnussen's time to go through. The tyres are looking dead. I think we're wheel-to-wheel Magnussen. No, we're fine, we're clear. But hold on, he could be coming back round. Now I've gone too deep. That could be a switchback for Magnussen. Onto the next DRS. He should have DRS. I will not. Therefore, once he gets the pull, I'm done. As wait, Magnussen's lost the place to Tsunoda. It must have been something that I've done. I didn't notice it. But now Tsunoda's passed as I've gone way too deep. And I think I'm choosing to pit here because the tyres just seem too dead. That will lose us all the positions. We will be last place, excluding the DNF from Ocon earlier in the race, but what can you do? We're too slow. I can't keep the race going like this, so I'm pitting onto hards to hopefully last the rest of the race. But here we go. Oh, no move on Tsunoda. Heading towards the DRS zone, but I'm choosing to pit last second. Into the pits I go. And now we just watch on as we just helplessly go into the pits to fit newer hards on so we can actually hopefully battle it out. It's optimal turn in 2.5 second stop time. It's not amazing, but what can you expect from an entirely new team? We're not quick, we're not good. It's just what we need. We're about 20 seconds off last place, excluding us, which is our own teammate Lawson. So we've had a better race than him. That is good news for us. But our tyre wear has proven to be a difficulty for me. Maybe not Lawson. Lawson seems to be handling it perfectly fine. I think for Lawson, it's just he's too slow in a car that is way too slow. So I think I'm overachieving, but I'm also really not, because I'm putting too much tension in the tyres as I've just gone flying off the track about 6 times there. In lap 6, it's only lap 6 out of 20. That's basically my race done. I don't think I can recover from that. Luckily, there's pit stop, so it's just, can I keep these tyres running for the final 14 laps? We'll just have to see. As now I've skipped to lap 12, because obviously I was just completely by myself. No one's with me. But now we've had a few pit stops, and I'm back running in P12 with Daniel Ricciardo right behind us, Alonso behind us, who I think's had a problem, and he's just slowly falling behind. Gasly, though, he's miles up. He's 6 seconds ahead. That's a lost cause in my eyes, but I'm still going too deep. I don't know what it is. The tyres are fine. I'm just generally really slow. It might be a car problem. It might just be a me problem. I don't know. All I can look at is where can I make the overtakes to get closer to the points. But I've just lost that position. So it's clear I'm not defending good enough to keep them positions. Luckily, we've got a little bit of a gap back to Alonso, who I think does actually have a problem. So we might be lucky. But I've gone way too deep there. And that could open Alonso up for a chance to get up another position, even though he has got an engine problem. Tsunoda's also right behind, so hopefully Alonso can keep him behind while we keep Alonso behind. So we can keep these positions. But based on my last 13 laps, I don't see it happening at all. We've been flying all over the track. I just go deep. Oh, little bit of a spin. We managed to save it. Too much oversteer there. Alonso's right on our tail though. He could look for a move here with his DRS. I'm trying to push him as best as I can, but it's just pushing him as much as we can to keep them positions. I don't think it's worked too well, but he's still right there. I've got to make sure I don't cut him off anyway, otherwise it's a crash and that's a penalty for me. But we're still going wheel to wheel, heading towards the final corner. I should have DRS here. Yep, there we go. DRS, I was in the middle behind both cars right in front of me. So we now head onto the home straight with DRS. But this time we're lap 50. so the audio seems to have cut out there, but here we are against Sonoda, heading towards turn 1 here. I think I've clearly got the move as we turn in, but we've gone way too deep, and that could be a loss of multiple positions there. Sonoda's gone flying past. Magnussen's right behind us, trying to make the move. I think we might just about have that. I don't know, though. He seems to have just got past, so it's just me versus Bottas. Can I keep position off Bottas? Just about, luckily. That's perfectly fine, but here's a replay on the incident. Now, yeah, you could just see way too deep. I broke way too late, and I've skidded around on the cement on the outside. There's Sonoda's one. Just, I've really badly messed that up, and that's my race most likely over here. Lap 15 only as well. That's really poor from me. But now we're here, lap 16. Both Alfa Romeos trying to make a move on me. I've gone. That in my eyes probably should be a penalty. I've gone straight into their wheel. That's dangerous driving from me, but I haven't got a penalty, so I'll just carry on. Hopefully keep them behind. I don't see it though. We seem to be really struggling on these tyres. So obviously my choice on leaving the softs were just really poor, and I don't know, we might have to make another pit stop. But we'll just have to see, as I seem to be handling the car fine for now. Keeping Zhou behind me, Bottas behind me. But at any moment, I could have a bad mess up. Like right here, I've gone maybe way too deep, spun the car with oversteer a little bit too much. And that's brought Zhou closer and closer to me with DRS. That's really dangerous for me. I've definitely made a mistake there. And that could be too big of a mistake that I've just lost positions in upcoming moments. Like, when we head down the straight, I could lose it. When we go onto the final corner, I could lose it. I could lose it at any point. Right now, that should probably be a penalty again. Just turned in on him. That's fully my fault. But now we go two Alfa Romeos side by side. I've gone way too deep, way too into the curb again, flying over, and there goes Zhou. I can't do anything about that. I've got no DRS. It's just ERS up to me. I mean, I could try and make a lunge, but based off what I've done against Sonoda, that's probably a really big risk. As now Bottas goes past me and Hulkenberg tries to go past me, but I managed to keep hold of my position in P16. On lap 17, the race is really unfolding towards the back of the grid. I've managed to bunch everyone up. So unfortunately for me, if I lose one, I'll probably lose all of them. And it's just going backwards. But luckily with Ocon's DNF, I can only go upwards because I qualified last. But I think this race has been a good race for now, as we can see where we need to improve, and that's mainly on the tyres. I'm asking for the fastest lap because I'm thinking of peeing onto the softs and trying to attempt for the fastest lap on the final lap. Because if there's any point of us getting points, it's going to be the fastest lap. I'm not getting it off P10. There's no way. I'm 9 seconds behind Magnussen in P40, let alone P10, which is probably about 30 seconds. So, yeah, there you go. I'm heading into the pits, getting the soft set. I'm ready to go on to hopefully try and get a point. Probably not, though. We're quite a slow team. Alonso 14 seconds behind with his engine problem, so he will go past us. We might be able to catch him up. I don't know. He's quite slow, but there's 2 laps to do it, and I've got to warm these tyres up in 1. So it's everything's on for everything. No one knows what's going to happen. I just turn 1, yeah, there you go. Just hitting the curb too much. Luckily, it wasn't too bad because we were going slow, so it didn't affect our speed much. And, well, we literally have no one behind us, so it wouldn't matter at any point. It's just looking at where I can improve for the next season's race. Or Australia, in some ways, I can take some braking points from this race here and like look at Australia's corners and go, I need to brake here more, need to brake here less, can go flat out around here. So in some ways, this appalling race has helped us realise where we need to be in Australia and Bahrain next year. So this race is literally doing for me what I said I shouldn't be doing in looking forward to the future and looking right now. So we're just gonna have to look around, find those extra temps in the car, which is going to be quite difficult, as Lawson and I have both demonstrated really slow. It's just building up to get to the top 10, which I don't, maybe we might see that halfway through the season, we might not see that at all this season, it might be next season. But hopefully we can get a result where we do get them points and not just crash into someone all the time or cost myself points off a really stupid idea. Like, here we are on the final lap, trying to go for this fastest lap, but I don't think we'll get it. It's a 1:34. Our best is a 1:36, and well, there you go. I've already ruined it there by going way too deep. Sergio Perez crosses the line, followed by the Mercedes, I think it is. I can't really see. But yeah, it's just, we really need to improve these places. We can't go like this for the rest of the season. If we go like this for the rest of the season, we may as well just start building our next car. I mean, like, look at that. I'm just going way too deep. It's just, I can't really say anything positive about this race. It's all been terrible. The only thing I really have got to praise is our start, when we made, what is it? It's quite a few places, like 5 or something straight off the bat. But it isn't the start what matters, it's the end that matters. And in this case, we're 8 seconds behind 20th with last place. That's just terrible. Even though we're a bottom team, I do not expect to get last place. But based on this performance, it's totally, there's no words to say it. It was just appalling. From practice to qualifying to this race, we were never good. We were never quick. We were always last. I think our best point of this entire week was practice, when we got 17th place. Other than that, nothing. But there you go. Perez wins to Hamilton, I think it was, and Leclerc it might have been. But at the end of the day, we need to focus on that. But thank you for watching this video. Hopefully, I'm going to try and post these quite often, like every 2 days or something, but it completely depends. I'm in GCSE season right now, so it's going to be quite hard to get these videos out, but we'll see what we can do. There won't be any in real life videos yet, because GCSE season, I can't really do much. But yeah, thank you for watching, and remember, keep my subscribers above Vinny Banerjee skates. He abuses poor little 8-year-olds on scooters. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.